Hello and welcome to today's free training. I'm going to show you how to set up an art portfolio website where you can sell your work from for free. So before we get into that, I just want to tell you quickly about me. My name is Roy. In a past life, I owned an art gallery. I'm still an artist, but ever since I closed the gallery, I spent a lot of time learning marketing and sales. Now I do website design for artists and people in the fashion industry. One of the things that surprised me, one of the reasons why I'm putting this training out there for free, is there were just so many artists that I showed at the gallery or that I was talking to about doing a show that didn't have an online portfolio. And I think in this day and age with the technology and how easy it is to set these things up, which is what I'm going to show you today, there's no reason why you shouldn't have an online portfolio of your art. Not only that, you should also be selling your art because it's super easy to set that up as well. So I'll get into this video and this training. I quickly wanted to show you Saatchi art. So if you're not familiar, I would say Saatchi art is like the Amazon of art sales. And the great thing about Saatchi art is that they do sell original pieces for several thousands of dollars. There's even pieces on here for over $10,000. And as you can scroll down here, I just want you to kind of get an idea of how their site looks. And we're going to look at some of these prices here. We're going to click on some of these pieces. So like this piece, I actually really like this piece. It's in my style. And I just want you to see how everything is laid out here. And this one's actually already sold. So the great thing about this is that means that this artist gets recognition for this price point, brings up the value of their work. And this is really how you want to lay out a website. You see, look, below this piece, so they're still advertising this piece for $12,000, or now it's sold. So now we come down here and here's additional pieces. These are much cheaper, but we could see that we can click on one of these and maybe they're still for sale. And then down here, there's a little information on the artists themselves. And on Saatchi Art, they have a view profile section. On your own personal site, you'll just probably have your own About Us page, which you can link to the page just like this site. And then another great thing, this is similar to like what Amazon would do, is you keep scrolling down, they're going to show you artists that are similar to this artist, as well as, oh, if you like this style of art, here's additional pieces. And then we have some trust. This is what we call in e-commerce. We call these trust badges. They help people make a buying decision. So before I get off this page, I just want to click on one of these pieces and see if it has any additional information. So right here, so you can add to cart. And also all of this information here too. We want to make sure that we have information like this on your website, because people who are going to buy your work are going to ask these questions. They're going to want to know about the artist, about the material, the size, and then what is shipping. So these are all things that you want to have on your website if you're going to sell work. I just want to click add to cart really quick and see what happens here. Okay, so pretty simple big checkout button. And I'm just showing you this because when you're designing your own art portfolio website, not only do you want to show off beautiful images of your work, but you want to have a site that is very functional. And we want to emulate the sites that we know sell artwork. So the great thing about Saatchi Art, if you're just starting out selling work, is you can go to Saatchi Art and find work that is similar to yours. You can see the price point, you can see what they're selling, what that artist is selling prints for, and maybe how they even describe their pieces, the descriptions they use, and you can use something similar on your own website. So now that I've been blabbering on about Saatchi Art for a while, I want to get into showing you how to set up something very similar for yourself, for your own personal art page. Now, if I didn't mention already, I don't remember if I did, but if you have any questions while I'm presenting to you, there is a contact box below. Make sure you send me an email with any questions you have, and I will happily get back to you as soon as I can, usually within a day or two. So I like to use the platform Shopify. The reason I like to use Shopify is it's the most straightforward. I'll be honest, it may not be the most beautiful, but if you're focused on presenting your work in a way like how Saatchi art looks and you want to sell work, then I would say this is probably the easiest, simplest platform to use. If you're interested in looking at other platforms, there's always Squarespace, which is very kind of creative looking and abstract. And if that's your style, Squarespace is really good. Wix is also great. They have some amazing templates, and they do have some plugins that you can use. And then if you really want to kind of get to the nitty gritty without having a web developer, I would say using WordPress and WooCommerce. But for me, Shopify is probably the simplest and fastest to set up. I mean, you can have a store set up in literally a day if you have everything ready to go. So why I like Shopify. The other thing about Shopify is compared to the other platforms, it's probably the cheapest upfront. So right now, at the time of this recording, you can sign up for Shopify for a 3-day trial, and then it's $1 a month for 3 months. And then after that, I think it's like 30 to 40 bucks a month. But basically, you have 90 days to set everything up, and if you don't like it, you've only spent $3. So I think it's a great deal. So let's just get right into this. So this is what Shopify looks like. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to click log in because I already have an account. I'm not going to click the start free trial button. And we're going to wait for this to load. And there's a few other stores I'm working on. Some of these are in the fashion space. But I'm going to go ahead and click Create Store. Now here, I'll go through these with you just because we're on this recording. So Shopify does a pretty good job of kind of walking you through everything you need to do. But I'm just going to say I'm just starting and I want to do an online store. Maybe we want to, you can sell in person. So if you're doing like trade shows, if you're doing like art fairs on your own, you can click this. So we'll click this anyway. We'll say, yeah, we want to sell in person as well. Maybe you have TikTok or Instagram. Maybe you're selling prints or something like that. Social media might be a good place to sell that. Same thing if you're doing prints, you know, online marketplaces like Etsy, Amazon, eBay. So we'll click those because those will all make sense for us as an artist. So we probably want to do this. Products I buy or make myself as an artist, that's probably what we're going to do. I'll talk about, you see here, print on demand products. I'll talk about that. If you're interested in selling prints, I'll show you how to do that in this training as well. So stick around for that. But for now, we're going to leave that unchecked. And I'm actually currently traveling at the time of this recording. So we're going to change this to the United States. And I'm just going to use my existing account here. And the great thing about Shopify, as you see on this screen, is they have a checkout page similar to what we just looked at on Saatchi Art. That's very, very easy to use. And then I also think this is a relatively new feature, this point of sale, which we just missed. But if you're going to trade shows on your own, if you're going to art conferences, the great thing is you could just set up your point of sale and you can sell your art there as well through your website, which is why I think Shopify is really great because there's so many things that are already done for you when you use Shopify, whereas other platforms are not as easy. You see here, the trial starts and then it's $1. If you see below here in the right-hand corner, $1 for the starter plan, and it's $1 a month. So you can select a plan. We're actually going to click this so I can show you the current pricing. So typically, See, it's $29 a month for 3 months. That's probably the one you're going to want to use. So that's the one I would suggest. All these other ones you don't really need unless you start doing a lot of high volume stuff. But for most artists, the basic plan is good enough. So now let's go back to the home page. And Shopify does a really good job of showing us what we need to do. So the first thing I'll do is I'll just add a few sample pieces. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to upload some art pieces. So just excuse the mess here. We're just going to download some images here. Let's see. Working with a fashion brand here. So we did a bunch of boots, some custom boot designs. Let me see if I can get to some sample. Let's do like some artwork like this. Let's pick like, let's do like 5 pieces here. Actually, we're going to delete this one. So we're going to upload this piece. We're going to name it something black. Let's do black. Let's call it black and white, something simple. We'll add a description. So just like we saw with Saatchi Art, we're going to add something simple. And the cool thing about Shopify is it does have AI built in. So we could call it black and white. And let's just say oil on canvas. And we'll do 36 by 24. I don't know if that's the exact dimensions that we're going to do. We're just going to do something simple. And so it'll give you suggestions. So if you don't already have, if you don't already have something written, you can kind of have just a basic, a basic description written, and then below this, I would add in the dimensions and all that sort of stuff. Down here, we want to come to the price. So let's say we're going to do $2,500. And we can also add a compare at price. So this is really good if you want to do a sale. So we could do like $3,500 here, and maybe you're trying to sell this piece. So instead of lowering your price, maybe you just put something higher. And there's only going to be one because it's an original piece. And then we can just do the weight. Let's just say it's 5 pounds, I guess. And so basically we've created a simple product. Maybe here we want to add some tags. Abstract canvas. These help with search engine optimization. And see here it says decor. If this isn't what you want, you can actually look through here and kind of see if there's something that more suits what we're looking for. So maybe we want to go to hobbies, arts and crafts. And let's see. So decor may be the best one. We'll probably just leave it at decor because it's probably what most people are going to purchase. So we're going to click save just for the sake of this. So now we have our first sample product. As you can see over here, it's already in our online store and selling in the United States. So now see over here on the right, there is a checklist. So we can go here and click customize theme. And this is the next thing I want to show you. So Shopify has some really good free themes. So you don't have to pay for themes. They do have themes that cost money, but here's a few down here. So one, Shopify always uploads with this Dawn theme, which looks pretty good. But there are some other themes on here that are really good for art. So the Spotlight theme looks pretty basic, but if you're somebody who does, a standard size photography, you're doing a lot of prints, this Spotlight theme is really, really good. Now you can customize this so you can add some more pictures and things, which I'm going to show you how to do in a second.